Commander Zexhai of the Vorthak Empire stared at the tactical display with growing confusion. The desert world of Kepler 4422c hung before them like a brown marble, its surface scarred by ancient impact craters and endless dunes. According to intelligence reports, the humans had established a colony here 18 months ago. What puzzled the commander was why they had chosen such a desolate rock. "Sir," chirped Lieutenant Krill from the sensor station, "we're detecting massive energy, signatures from the planet's surface. The readings are unusual." Zexhai's 4 eyes narrowed. The Vorthak had been at war with humanity for 3 years now, ever since first contact had gone disastrously wrong. Humans had proven frustratingly resilient, but this backwater colony seemed like easy prey. His fleet of 12 warships should be more than enough to crush whatever defenses the humans had managed to scrape together. "Show me," he commanded. The main screen flickered to reveal thermal imaging of the planet's surface. What Zexhai saw made his breathing slits flare in alarm. The entire northern hemisphere was crisscrossed with a geometric pattern of bright lines, like a vast spider's web stretching across thousands of kilometers. "What are those formations?" he demanded. His science officer, a nervous Vorthak named Trill, manipulated the sensors. "Sir, they appear to be trenches, massive excavations, forming an interconnected network. But the scale is impossible. No civilization could move that much material in 18 months. Zexhai's confidence wavered slightly. Humans were known for their bizarre engineering solutions, but this seemed beyond even their capabilities. "Begin the assault. Target the primary settlement first." The fleet moved into attack formation, their plasma cannons charging with deadly blue light. But as they entered the planet's upper atmosphere, something unexpected happened. "Sir!" Krill's voice cracked with panic. "The trenches! They're filling with light!" The geometric patterns on the surface suddenly blazed with brilliant white energy. What had appeared to be simple excavations now revealed their true purpose. The trenches weren't just ditches. They were massive conductor arrays, channeling the planet's geothermal energy through a carefully designed network of superconducting cables. "Impossible," breathed Trill. "They've turned the entire planet into a single electrical circuit." The energy readings spiked beyond the sensor's ability to measure. Then, with a sound like thunder rolling across space itself, pillars of coherent energy erupted from focal points across the planet's surface. The beams lanced upward with surgical precision, striking the Vorthak ships with devastating accuracy. But these weren't weapons in any conventional sense. Instead of destructive plasma or kinetic projectiles, the energy beams interfered with the ship's electrical systems. Lights flickered and died. Navigation systems crashed. Even life support began to fail as the carefully orchestrated electromagnetic pulse disabled every piece of technology it touched. "Full retreat," Zexhai ordered, but his words fell on deaf ears. His flagship's communication array had been fried in the first wave of the attack. One by one, the Vorthak vessels drifted helplessly in space, their crews trapped inside metal coffins. Not a single ship had been destroyed, not a single life lost, but the entire fleet was now completely powerless. Down on the planet's surface, Chief Engineer Sarah Chen wiped sweat from her brow and grinned at her tablet display. The network was performing exactly as designed. Around her, the human settlement buzzed with activity as colonists monitored the geothermal taps and conductor maintenance systems. "Phase 1 complete," she announced into her comm unit. "All hostile vessels neutralized. Beginning rescue operations." This had always been the plan. When the colony ship New Prometheus had arrived at Kepler 442c, the settlers had discovered something remarkable. The planet's core was incredibly active, generating massive amounts of geothermal energy just beneath the surface. More importantly, the planet's mineral composition included vast deposits of room-temperature superconductors. While the Vorthak had been fighting conventional battles across a dozen star systems, the engineers of Kepler 442c had been working on something far more ambitious. They had spent 18 months turning an entire world into a defensive weapon, not one that killed, but one that protected. The trench network wasn't random. Every line had been calculated to maximize energy transfer efficiency. The focal points weren't gun emplacements, but carefully positioned electromagnetic projectors. The entire system drew power from the planet's molten core, channeling enough energy to disable any technological civilization's fleet without harming a single living being. It was, Sarah reflected, the most human solution imaginable. When faced with a technologically superior enemy, they hadn't tried to build bigger guns. Instead, they had built something unprecedented, a planet-scale defensive system that rendered warfare itself obsolete. As rescue shuttles launched to collect the stranded Vorthak crews, Sarah's comm crackled with an incoming transmission. It was Admiral Harrison from the human fleet, still 3 days out from the system. Sarah, what's your status? We detected massive energy discharges. Mission accomplished, Admiral, she replied. Hostile fleet disabled. No casualties on either side. We're bringing them down for medical attention and debriefing. There was a long pause. You disabled an entire battle fleet without firing a shot? That's what engineers do, sir. We solve problems. Sarah looked out across the geometric patterns stretching to the horizon, where her fellow humans continued their work of turning a dead world into humanity's greatest defensive achievement. Sometimes the best weapon is the one that doesn't need to kill anyone. In orbit above, the disabled Vorthak ships drifted peacefully in space, their crews soon to be rescued by the very humans they had come to destroy. And on the surface of Kepler 442c, the great machine hummed quietly, ready to defend against any threat while harming none. It was the most human victory of all. Triumph through ingenuity, protection through innovation, and peace through the simple refusal to accept that violence was the only answer. Lee.